Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Dr. Perkins, a board certified OBGYN, and today we're talking about, is endometriosis a hormonal disorder? And so by the end of this video, you will have a better understanding of what endometriosis is, the connection between endometriosis and hormone disorders, and I'll end by giving you tips and recommendations for how to best manage endometriosis. So let's dive into this topic today. What is endometriosis? Endometriosis is a condition wherein the tissue that is typically found on the inner layer of the uterus can now be found elsewhere in your body. And I'll show you what this looks like with our little model here. You know what? I think I'm going to give her a name. We don't have one yet. Maybe I'll call her Endo, right? And so this is visual representation of the uterus, which is here. Fallopian tubes. These white things are representative of our ovaries. While we look like we're a cute little plush here, this plush is actually showing us how this inner lining of the uterus, this darker red area that you see here, that inner lining can be found elsewhere in the pelvis. And so these small little spots that you see here that are also red, a little spot over here that's red, another spot here, and even here on this ovary has a red undertone here. That's endometriosis. This tissue that is here should remain right here inside of the uterus. And whenever it is found elsewhere in the pelvis or in our bodies, we have endometriosis, and this symptomatically looks like excruciating pain. This is pain that is not being contained by or managed by the Motrin or the ibuprofen or the Advil that you're taking. You may take Midol or naproxen. Sometimes you may even get stronger pain medication to help to control this pain, because this pain is debilitating. It is not normal for you to have a menstrual cycle and feel as though you cannot continue with your activities of daily living because of that pain. And so endometriosis can be gruesome. It's not fun. And when you have pain, you truly have pain. The problem here is that this lining on the inside part of your uterus sheds blood every 21 to 35 days. Those are called your periods. This tissue is active. It releases hormones and it is supposed to bleed. Now, if you think about what's happening with endometriosis when this tissue is here or over here on your fallopian tube or on your ovary, what's happening is that the tissue will bleed during a menstrual cycle regardless of where it is located inside of your body. Now, inside of your uterus, it's very easy that your tissue will bleed and go through the vagina and come out and exit your body. But when you have endometriosis elsewhere inside of your body, where is the blood going? What happens is that the bleeding and the effects of the bleeding will remain on the inside near these locations and cause inflammation and cause even more pain when your cycles come. And so endometriosis then becomes a really difficult condition to treat and manage because of that. And to make things even more complicated, this bleeding can be not easily visualized by scans. You can't find this on MRI or on a CAT scan or on ultrasound. And so because of that, it makes it even more difficult for us to diagnose endometriosis as being present within your system. So what do? We have endometriosis. We have this problem and we want to fix it. We want it to be better. And we're concerned if this could be connected with our hormones. The truth is, endometriosis, like many other conditions within the female reproductive system, is heavily linked with our hormones. Now, the true cause of endometriosis is unknown. We have theories. We think that our bleeding sometimes will go internally instead of leaving the body, and that could be a cause of endometriosis. We have theories, but we don't have solid answers as to what causes it. But we do know that endometriosis and any location where you can find implants of this respond to the hormonal changes that our bodies undergo on a regular basis. So when our bodies prepare for ovulation and our hormones increase, the endometriosis implants, wherever they are, also increase in activity. And so you may start to become symptomatic because your endometriosis loves hormones. And so we know for sure that endometriosis is heavily hormonally based. When we think of our female reproductive hormones, we think of estrogens. Estrogens is probably the key hormones that we have. Now, estrogens cause an increase in growth, and specifically, it increases the growth of the tissue that is found inside of the uterus that leads to an endometriosis picture. And so endometriosis responds and increases in size based on the estrogens that are being released in our systems on a monthly basis. We also know that the more you have or experience hormonal imbalances, such as estrogen dominance, the more your endometriosis may spread, grow, or increase. This indirectly leads to increased pain when you have your menstrual cycle, increased pain as you have sexual intercourse, increased pains that could be random, shoot into your legs. Pain can come in a lot of different formats with endometriosis. We also know that endometriosis could lead to infertility. And so, do you see this ripple effect here? Do you see that we can have a hormonal issue and it can continue to worsen and spread because of the underlying hormonal conditions or imbalances that we have? It could be quite painful. And so, what can we do about this? Unfortunately, because the cause of endometriosis is not well identified yet, it is very hard for us to target fixing the issue without knowing exactly where it started. So because of that, we don't have a lot of medical options, we don't have a lot of treatment options, and much more research is needed to help us with this problem. But because it is a hormonal disorder, we do know that there are ways for you to become more hormonally balanced to hopefully decrease this condition worsening in your system. And so things that you can do include making sure that you eat a nice balanced meal for all your meals, really. We want a balanced diet. We want you to have lots of grains and fiber. We want you to eat lean proteins. We encourage that you have less dairy and more hydration so that you can help with the hormonal state internally, especially with the reproductive hormones. I encourage you to strength train. This means that you're lifting weights. While cardio is wonderful, aerobic exercise, wonderful. It is great to sweat. Promise you, I love a Zumba class. I will go and dance and shake all day. Love it. However, we know that the types of exercises that will lead to you becoming more hormonally balanced are those that involve lifting weights, strength training. So it means using those machines and the dumbbells and incorporating an exercise plan that will cause all of your muscles to work hard with resistance during a 7-day period of time. We say 7 days because in general, the recommendation is to exercise 150 minutes moderately every single week. And so lifting 3 to 4 days a week would do your body wonderful, wonderful works if you exercise and strength train during that time. It also means that you sleep well. And the reason why I emphasize sleeping well is because we know that your hormones replenish themselves overnight when you are at rest. And so if you're not getting enough rest, 8 to 10 hours a night, you're not giving your body the chance to replenish your hormones so they can continue to function, benefiting your organs and your being completely. We want you to rest and rest well. Lastly, we need to manage our stress. I know it's easier said than done. Depending on what our lives are like or where we are in our lives, we may have stressors that will continue, like just go on for a long period of time. And we know overall that this is not the best state for your body to be in. But hormonally, what happens under stress is that you may experience an imbalance in your other hormones as well, because cortisol is linked with a lot of other hormones and their functioning inside of your body. So high cortisol leads to worsening hormone imbalance in the female reproductive tract. And so if it means taking more meditation classes or learning how to meditate well, taking yoga, stretching before you go to bed, all of these things can be very helpful in helping to decrease your stress and becoming more hormonally balanced. And if you're still wondering like, okay, I need help, I need more information, I have a special offer for you today. I would love to share with you my hormone assessment quiz that helps you to understand whether or not your hormones are imbalanced. And I'd like to send this to you at a special discounted rate just for you, just for being here, just for listening in. If you'd like to get this, click the link below this video and I will send you the information over right away. Thank you so much for listening. If you're having concerns, please share them with us below in the comment section under this video. We'd love to hear from you. I want to thank you for being here again, and thank you for listening in. I hope to see you in another video very soon.